Perl tutorial part 64. Benchmark your code. Now we can time our code execution by using the benchmark module. So use benchmark. Let's say we have a little while loop and we're going to loop around it 50 million times, and we want to time how long this takes. So let's create a variable start equals new benchmark. Now after our loop is finished, we can create a new benchmark called finish. And now we need to find out our time difference. So let's create a variable time diff equals function time diff, and we have our start and finish variables, and then we can print out our time. Print loop time time string function, our time difference, and now we're ready to run our script. So run this in command prompt mode. And it took 6 wall clock seconds, and there's also some information, user system CPU. If we want to get our value in microseconds, we can paste in Hires wall clock here. Let's run this again. .57813 wall clock seconds. Now next I'd like to show you how we can execute a piece of code for a number of seconds and count how many times it executes in those seconds. So time this. Now let's run our code for 10 seconds, and we put our code between the quotation marks. So let's create count equals, say, 1,000 while count greater than 0, count minus minus, like so. So this code here will run for 10 seconds, and time this will tell us how many times it can execute the code in 10 seconds. So save this and run this. Okay, time this for 10 seconds, probably closer to 11 seconds, that's why it says 11 seconds, and it executed the code 93,308 times. Now I'd like to show you how we can test methods of doing the same thing and see which one is the fastest. So we can go time these, let's do this 20 million times. I'm going to just do a very simple piece of code. So we put it into a hash, so let's just call each of our three methods method 1, method 2, method 3. Like so, and then we put each of our pieces of code between the quotations. So let's do something very simple. In a normal case you'd have something a bit more complex than this. And we include the colons. So we're just going to make 3 different ways to create the number 2. So now when we run this code, it will do each of these things 20 million times and time each one and give us a printout. So let's run this. And here comes the information. Obviously they're very, very close, but they will vary slightly. Now let's run it with the microseconds turned on. So I've just added the hires wall clock function up to the benchmark tag up the top of the script. And there we can see the various timings of method 1, 2 and 3 varying slightly. Okay, so now finally copy this down and we can use the compare these function to do the same thing but get possibly better readout. So change that to CMP. We need to use benchmark QW all. Let's save this and let's run this again. And here it prints out a little graph and it rates them in order. So that's how to benchmark our code and find best execution times for our scripts.